It feels so good to be back. I've missed this game so much. What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and for the first time in a long while, welcome back to some Black Ops Cold War. Now, the last time I think I made a Cold War video was when we found out that David Vonderhaar was actually leaving Treyarch. It feels like it's been forever since that point in time. I don't even know exactly how long it's been since then, but that was very significant in the sense that David Vonderhaar had been around forever in the Call of Duty just scene. Pretty much the face of Treyarch for all those years, and now upcoming this year, we have the next Treyarch game coming out, to which I'm sure most of you guys may already be familiar as to what's going on, but over the last week or two, there has been so much new information coming out about what's going to be happening later this fall. With the next Black Ops game coming out, we thought it was going to be called Black Ops Gulf War, then Black Ops 5, and now apparently it's going to be called Black Ops 6. Realistically, we're obviously not going to know up until the Xbox Direct thing, which I think is supposed to be happening on June 9th. Me personally, I am so excited for this upcoming game because at the time, I know it was such an unpopular opinion, but I loved this game. I don't mean to consistently harp on this, but with my opinion of Modern Warfare 2019 and not being the biggest fan of it at the time, when Black Ops Cold War came out, it felt like a more return to form in a lot of ways with Call of Duty. When Cold War came out, we all know how that game was developed, and realistically, in a perfect world, Cold War that year, just 2020, it should have been delayed a year. We could have had Cold War in 2021, and then who knows what could have happened long after that. But for what it was worth, what we ended up getting here in Cold War was truly one of my favorite years of Call of Duty. And now this year, despite whatever the game is going to be called, again, I think it's very important to realize that this is the first time that Treyarch has actually had like a solid 3 to 4 years to really work on a game. The last time they had a full cycle, I guess you can say, of getting the 3-4 year development was during Black Ops 4. But then we all know what happened after that. Cold War got shifted and pushed up for 2020, and then we had Vanguard, Modern Warfare 22, so on and so forth. It's safe to assume, though, that pretty much since 2021, they've been working on the next COD. Now, honestly, I should have gone ahead and showed this while I was at the main menu and not in a lobby here, but when it comes to the title of the next game, I've seen some screenshots where this game is internally called Black Ops 5 because it's that message of the day. If you zoom up to the upper right-hand corner, like turn up the brightness and things like that, you can see a Black Ops 5 logo. And if it turns out that it's true that the next game is going to be called Black Ops 6, I think that's going to be interesting because we go from Black Ops 4 to Cold War to Black Ops 6, or maybe if it is true that the game is called Gulf War. I honestly like that title. I think that kind of makes a little bit more sense, but honestly, with the way that COD's getting named this time around, I have no idea. Okay, I don't think we're actually getting a 12v12. I've just been sitting here forever. Alright, I'm gonna just go 6v6. I'm sorry. First game I get is Jungle Hardpoint. Now, this is something I still will absolutely harp on. I can't believe we never got Jungle and WMD in the 12v12 rotation. That would have been so nice. They work perfectly fine as ground war maps in Black Ops 1, so I don't know why it couldn't have worked here, but oh well. Within the first, like, 5 seconds of being back on this game, I understand what people were talking about going from Modern Warfare 2019 to this game. I mean, I already did in the first place. I wasn't blind to the changes that Cold War did from Modern Warfare 2019. With how much Modern Warfare 3 I'm still playing and just how used to attack sprinting I am in that game, going to this game where you don't have that, it's a very weird feeling, yet at the same time, I actually really enjoy it. Again, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I actually really do prefer the movement in a game like Cold War. Maybe that's just me being a Call of Duty boomer and just being used to not having tac sprinting. I mean, even in Modern Warfare 3 right now, we got those new all-terrain boots that take away your tac sprinting. I've been using those a lot, and they're really nice.
Enemy air patrol inbound.
Ah, yes, Enemy Air Patrol and War Machine. Yep, we're back on Black Ops Cold War, alright. That's actually perfect because I wanted to bring that up as well, that we've also been getting some leaks on some confirmed / not confirmed weapons, kill streaks, everything like that. Again, everything, just for the record, is obviously subject to change. The official reveal hasn't happened yet. We don't know exactly what's going to happen until we get the official confirmation. There was a graph that was showing that the Air Patrol was going to be worth like 8,000 score in the next game, which I think is honestly a really good idea considering that the Air Patrol in this game was super ridiculous, overpowered, I guess you could even say, because the Air Patrol costed what, like 2,400 score in this game, and you could take out literally everything. For as much as I love Cold War, that was the one thing about this game that really was a complete miss. The Scorestreak system in this game, it was definitely not it, and I really do hope that there is a return to form with at least the way that Scorestreaks work, not just cycling through death and everything like that. I mean, I get why they did it. It was so, like, you didn't have to worry so much about needing to stay alive all the time, but at the same time, time, you can kind of see where the problems arise. Sure, everyone gets their kill streaks and whatnot, but then again, if you're also someone who's doing extremely well, you have to wait for the timer to run out, so then you can start earning score again. I don't mean to keep beating the dead horse about skill-based matchmaking, but I really do feel like the way that the score streak system worked in this game tied so much more heavily into how skill-based was affecting people on launch of this game, because, again, that was another hot topic of debate at the time. Granted, it was the second year in a row of seeing this now really heavy skill-based matchmaking that we have in the game. With the way that the score streaks worked, you know, you can go on a 5-kill streak. All of a sudden, your SPM's nearing, like, over 500 on average. Go ahead and get a harp in one life, then all of a sudden you're pushing up into the thousands of score per minute. Kinda not really a tinfoil hat conspiracy, but I can kind of see how that lines up, and it was just another part of the reason as to why it felt so ridiculous at the time. As far as the score streaks go, again, I think we're seeing a return of a lot of the core staples. Things, you know, like your UAVs, chopper gunners, harp, whatever that may be. One thing that I think I did see was that we're gonna actually be seeing the return of the Valkyrie missile, I think it was called, from Black Ops 1. Still a thing that I'm getting used to is like how slow the sniping actually was in this game. That's why I gotta play hold to aim, especially for the follow-up shots. Gotta, you know, like keep the scope up. Now also as well, along with all of the score streaks that we've been seeing, I've seen some weapon lists. Again, just for the record, where I've been seeing this is the usual, you know, like COD leakers on Twitter. But I've been seeing more and more posts on Twitter again talking about all the weapons that are supposedly coming to the game. And I saw that we are again supposed to have the Tundra, the L96 returning, so I'm obviously all on board for that. This has to be by far my favorite sniper in just new Call of Duty games. I love the Tundra. As far as snipers go, I think we're supposed to see the return of the Tundra. We're gonna have a Dragunov, some other bolt-action rifle, and I'm gonna say this so wrong, I apologize in advance. I think it's got an accent over one of the letters. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it looks like it's called the Hellcat, I think. I'm probably so wrong about that, and I'm gonna feel like a complete idiot when I realize how badly I just pronounced that. I mean, hey, more snipers, I'm all on board for that, especially bolt-actions. We got the Tundra back. I know my business associate Marshall is going to be very happy with having a Dragunov back in the game. Go watch Beauty and Rage 2, by the way, since apparently nobody cares about montages anymore. We're once again getting to that time of the year where Call of Duty leaks are starting to become more and more prominent, especially all the stuff that was added with the Modern Warfare 3 Season 3 Reloaded update. We got a whole bunch of stuff in the game files for that. Speaking of which, I wanted to show this to you all. We were discussing this on my live stream earlier today, and it turns out a potential reveal event for Black Ops 6 may be happening within the next 3 or so weeks remaining of Season 3. This little line of code breaks down the entire reveal event and the blueprint reward that we are getting for it, which is a blueprint named Steel for the 9mm Daemon, which just so happens to have the name Sally with 6 tallies carved into it, just like the Black Ops 1 cover art. The 6 tallies I would assume means the 6th Black Ops game. Now, I don't want to risk showing it in a video as it's still unreleased, but the links to it are down in the description below. We got the Project Cerberus logo. Well, I mean, it's called Project Cerberus. That apparently has been the internal development name of the next Call of Duty game. Also with that as well, when it comes to Modern Warfare 3 Season 4, we had some leaks on new weapons that were added to the game with the Kar 98, the STG, the Spas 12. Also, another thing I saw on Twitter recently were the actors of Adler and Sims from the Black Ops Cold War campaign were in their motion cap gear. It's also another thing I'm so excited for. I loved the Cold War campaign. I am so ready for the sequel. Truthfully, I really don't want to sit here and just start yapping and rambling too much about my favorite campaigns, but I do love the Black Ops series so much. We don't talk about Black Ops 3's campaign, or Black Ops 4 for that matter, but the overall story when it comes to World at War, Black Ops 1, 2, Cold War, fantastic story. Seriously, if you're someone who hasn't played the COD campaigns, you gotta play the Black Ops games. I include World at War in there because World at War is technically canon with Reznov, but all the characters, man, especially all the new ones that we saw in Cold War, absolutely loved them. Biggest thing that I'm so excited for with this game when it comes to multiplayer is just the return of the Tundra. I hope that's true. New Tundra, new L96 to use, oh, I'm living. Speaking of the Tundra though, I know in a lot of my recent Cold War videos, I have been talking a lot about how I really want to get to 100,000 kills with the Tundra in this game. We're at 90 right now. I mean, technically looking at the combat record, I have 88,000, but you know how the whole like elim system worked in this game. It still is a goal of mine to hit 100,000 kills with it, and now especially with the next Black Ops coming out, having the Tundra be one of the so-called leaked, rumored, returning snipers, whatever you want to call it, now I feel a little bit more incentivized, and I feel like I'm going to start playing this game a lot more, especially the closer that we get to the release of the next game. It's still definitely a goal of mine, and again, back over on Modern Warfare 3, we got all the new stuff with one trick to do. I definitely want to do that for all the snipers. So that's another thing as well, because I'm wanting to get the 50 to 100,000 kills with the intervention in this game. Like, there is just so much sniping that I want to do. Thinking back on this game as well, man, when I think back to Black Ops Cold War, this truly was one of the happiest times of my life. It was such a different time too. Like the year 2020, how different the world was, how different my life was. I really do miss that time. What's crazy is that it doesn't even feel like it's been that long since Cold War came out, but going from 2020, like 3.5 years later here into 2024, it feels like I've been through numerous different lives since then. Also, truthfully, I know I'm just a little bit more sentimental about this game because Black Ops Cold War was the game that I saw the most growth on my YouTube channel at the time. Like, I had so much fun making videos on this game, had a whole lot of the whole like Road to DM Ultra videos and such that did really, really well. I was super happy with it. Had such a blast sniping in this game, everything. It was just such a good time. Got the harp up and going, but I'm not even seeing like 6 arrows on the radar. Hello? There we go. Now you guys are all over here. And the harp ran out. All right, fantastic. All right, my fault. I got flakjack. Oh, yeah, he direct impacted me. I know since the Warzone era of Call of Duty, they've always just been capping these seasonal levels and such. There hasn't really been the return of a traditional prestige, which I really do hope is a thing in the next Black Ops game. The whole leveling up, like, I loved actually being able to go past level 155. Even though it was a seasonal model, every single season in this game, past, like, what was it, season 1, you could go to level 1000. It used to be just go to Prestige Master once, and then you would hit level 1000, and that's it, but you could do it, like, 6 times over, which, honestly, is kind of a lot. Getting to level 1000 every single season, I mean, in the sense of Warzone, like, it does make sense. Because Call of Duty now is so much bigger than just the multiplayer experience. We've seen so much good support this year for Call of Duty and multiplayer with Modern Warfare 3 that I really do hope this kind of momentum can carry. Again, especially heading into the next game where hopefully we get some, like, traditional prestige system. That's, like, the one thing, one of the very few things about the new Modern Warfare 3 where I'm like, damn, I really wish we had that.
Strafe run incoming on your location.
I don't think so, actually. Harp destroyed, attack helicopter, strafe run. Yep, see ya, bozo. There's still one plane. It didn't destroy the other one. I mean, alright, whatever. Strafe runs on checkmate aren't super ideal anyway, but still. 2400 score would take out the best kill streaks in the game. Like, it's ridiculous. I get it. Also, not to mention, on top of that, the air patrol in this game was the only one that didn't have a cooldown. Like, as you guys can see, I'm already earning score for my next one. So if it does turn out to be true that in the next Black Ops game, if they are bringing back the air patrol and it's going to be something ridiculous like 8,000 score, not only to mention if they do go back to a more traditional score streak system, I mean, truthfully, if they go back to the traditional score streak system, there's no way it's going to be worth 8,000. But the overall idea of it, though, of, again, going back to a more traditional score streak system, if that's the case, they would need to adjust the air patrol. Now, also, as well, I'm not a giant zombies fanatic, as you guys know. I mean, I did get Dark Aether in this game. Loved this zombies grind. Did get Dark Aether in this game. But again, in comparison to the new Modern Warfare 3 with open world and everything like that, I know a lot of people obviously do prefer round-based, and I do too. I think that with the return to round-based is also going to be a really nice way to go about things. And I think it's one of the things that Cold War also did really well, where they still offered round-based, but also gave us a new experience in the form of Outbreak. I'm really not opposed to open world, but I think that having both options is definitely the better way to go about things. So again, going into this next game, having a more traditional round-based zombies, I think that's going to go over so much better. This game, again, to me, was just so special at the time. Like, 2020 to 2021 was truly a different time. I had such a good time with this game. I loved uploading videos on it. And as we head into the next game, whatever it's going to be called, Black Ops 5, Gulf War 6, whatever it is, I'm just really hoping that we can experience that kind of feeling again. I also say we in the sense of like the Call of Duty community, especially the sniping comp, because like year 1 of Cold War was such a good time. Such a crazy time for a lot of us too, but then again, that was also just a different time in the world. So anyways though, I just wanted to sit down, revisit some Cold War while we've got all these next Call of Duty leaks that are always coming out. Again, now that it again is getting closer and closer to the Xbox Direct event that's going to be happening here pretty soon. The leaks that we're getting are only going to get more and more insane or have more and more credibility to it, so it's just hitting that point in time again of the annual Call of Duty cycle. So go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts and opinions are. What do you guys think of Cold War? Are you guys ready for Gulf War, Black Ops 6? Let me know that. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. It's been Rage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.